What is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com, and welcome to this week's training video. So it has been absolutely insane around the gym. We're all kind of getting ready to go to the Arnold. We have a couple people competing in it, especially Uncle Nick. All of you know Uncle Nick. He's getting ready to go do that. However, there's so many other things going on. For those of you who don't know, Nick and I both go to help out with Brian Shaw's team because Dirty Andy is one of Brian Shaw's coaches and closest friends. So we kind of got that in there. And so we went last year. I've been there 2 years now. But really, really cool. It's just awesome to be part of that team. Awesome to see just what really elite athletes actually do to prepare and how they go through all this thing. So just going to go there, try to be as much of a help as you could possibly be to him and his group. Got some other stuff going on that we're going to release this week, which is going to be pretty awesomely massive news. So just need to get the right bodies together, and then you guys are going to know about that. But you guys should know about that sooner than later. Also taking place at the Arnold. If you guys are going to the Arnold, you guys are going to see us there. Myself, Uncle Nick, Miles should be there. My wife might be there. It's going to be a bunch of us just hanging around. So if you guys do see us, please come up and say hi because we absolutely love meeting you guys. The only thing we'll ask is if we're in the middle of like coaching, like helping the adaptive guys, or if Uncle Nick is getting ready to go during his competition or whatever the case may be, just kind of be respectful of that. But otherwise, guys, come up, talk to us. We want to meet you. We want to hang out. Another one of our athletes, Andy, that's Andy with an I because she's a chick. She's not dirty. But she'll be there competing as a powerlifter, and she's going to be doing some very, very interesting things. So she's going to be one to watch in the entire thing. So that's going to get really, really interesting. Nick just coming back from being fourth in the Worlds. We don't know how that's going to turn out. He just told me some dude from Japan's going to be there. That's pretty cool. It's a long flight for strongman. Also, if you're a weird stalker and you have some way of knowing how to get a hold of Andy, that's Dirty Andy this time, make sure you guys wish him luck because he will be on the Arnold May stage during the Record Breakers event trying to lift the Denny Stone. So that is such a cool opportunity for him and a lifelong dream. So, really, really cool opportunity. If you guys are at the Arnold, make sure you're there screaming your heads off for that big, tall ginger.
Famous plug. I did a whole interview with him on my channel.
Go over to Nick's channel. Check out that interview. He talks all about the history of Denny Stones, what's going on, what Andy's going to be doing, and honestly, what it means to him. So really, really cool. Head over there. I'll leave a link in the description box down below.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, thank you. Now, before we get into the training footage and the commentary, just letting you guys know, remember, this is the week where I had to take a day off because you guys are going to see on this front squat workout, this is when I hurt my back, kind of just tweaked it, and I had to do that bodybuilding thing that many of you got a kick out of. So that day kind of is not in this, so you guys are only getting 3 days. So, yeah, going to go to the commentary now. I will meet up with you guys right back here afterwards for the video recap. What is happening, people? And thank you for joining me for the commentary. So training has been going pretty well. I'd say overall that my body is responding fairly positive to the training. I'm definitely putting on some muscle mass back. Strength is coming back in certain areas is not, but that's not really what I'm focused on. I'll say, for the most part, all that I'm really trying to do is just make those tick marks. Every single day, just try to get in, work as hard as I possibly can, get a little better than I was the day before, and just continually try to build days like that on top of each other, because like I've said in the past, I'm just trying to build a foundation right now, and I just need to do it one brick at a time, and each workout is a brick, and I just want them to be quality bricks. So the whole idea here was do the tire flip burpee box jump onto the tire. That was to get my hips moving really explosively, and then I moved on to the front squat, which I was just working heavy triples. I didn't really know where I was supposed to end up, but I always end up above 500 pounds for a heavy triple. So I talked about this a good bit in another video, but in this one you're going to see what's about ready to happen. Anyway, after the front squats, I go into bandy twisty things, as you guys know and see, into this bear crawl plate drag, sled drag kind of thing. The bear crawl sled drag just turned more into like battling Kona the entire time. But this is 455, which does not move bad. Now, you guys probably can't hear it, but in the background, Nick is yelling for me pretty good. There are a lot of people in the gym right now watching me, and I got that third one, and they watch me lift all the time. And to a person, everyone said, "Man, you don't have it. You just don't have it this day." So, of course, I just decided that I did have it. And so decided that I would go for 500 pounds no matter what happened. So here we are. And this seemed like a much better idea standing on the other side of it. But get under the bar, no more problems here. Now this is a weight that I hit all the time. It really isn't that big of a deal for me. But man, there's just certain things going on in my body right now. As you guys know, the first one went well. Dropping in for the second one. Now I breathed weird there. I don't know why I did that. But I was way too high. I was too top heavy. Had to take a little step there. I was like dancing with 500 pounds, and then they needed to convince me to re-rack the bar. Definitely tweaked my back a little bit on that, so that is why I did nothing but glute ham raises for the rest of the day. So yeah, I got that little seizure on my back, and the second workout of the week on that Wednesday actually ended up being that bodybuilding workout that you guys hopefully watched from a couple videos ago. Nick cut up my shirt, and I did a bunch of Z presses that were lighter by nature, just by design, so that I could give my back a little bit of break. The Friday I came in, felt better, so I was like, let's push a little bit, let's see what happens, and yeah, that probably was a mistake. Here are these little feet pulley anything thingies for my abs. They work pretty hard, but the giant set for this day was 7 medicine ball slams, as you guys are seeing here, 2 banded deadlifts. Now, the banded tension on this weighs out for my height to about 280 pounds at the top. So I was going for triples there, and then afterwards I would get a frame deadlift or a frame carry to a Husfeld carry. So lots of moving around in this one, and really when I was planning it out, I wasn't really thinking too much about the total amount of actual deadlift weight that I would be moving, but every single one of those frame deadlifts is pretty heavy. The Husfeld stone is at like 305 pounds. This is 315 pound deadlift with 280 pounds of band tension, so you're looking, I don't know, you're looking around 6 at the top. Here is 500 on the frame. So I'm just doing a deadlift after deadlift after deadlift, and already with a kind of jacked up back. So this day didn't help it a ton. So here's 405. Now I think my 1 rep maximum on this is around 530 or 550 pounds for a single. So I was making smaller jumps because I know how just absolutely brutal the banded deadlift is. If you guys never had the sheer glory and pleasure of doing a banded deadlift, it throws so much pressure in your face, it isn't even funny. Out of all the deadlifts that I've ever done, I will say that banded deadlifts probably have the most amount of internal pressure where you just are so unhappy it's not funny. Here is 455, still moving decently, but kind of not really at all. And then here is my top set on the frame, which ended up being 635 pounds, which isn't a terribly heavy set for me, but my little T-Rex arms don't do well with the frame. Neither with the Husfeld stone, to be honest. But, man, just try to work my weaknesses as always. And then, again, these feet pulley any things. But after I got that frame carry, I decided I'd go for one more set of banded deadlifts, which ends up being 500 with 280 pounds of band tension. So I'm looking around 780 pounds at the top, which is very substantial for me, especially for a triple. I get the first one, definitely slowing down there. Did not even want to go for this one, and especially did not want to go for this one. However, grounded out. Very, very happy that I ended up getting 500 for a triple on that. That ended up being a lot better than I expected it to be. So, hey, that day was a success. Now, how I mentioned all of those deadlifts and everything else that I did, it ended up being a whole lot on my central nervous system. So I kind of had a little bit of a rundown kind of feeling after that workout. So it wasn't really feeling as explosive or as good to go on this one. So I ended up taking things a little bit easier and kind of just focused on reps. So I was doing, I don't know, probably like 10 sets of 10 at just lighter weights. Now, I was doing seal rows here. However, on the seal rows, we always run into the problem because the barbell runs into the bottom of the bench. As you guys can see on that exercise, we end up stacking up plates so that we can get a good range of motion with our arms for the seal row. However, the bar still runs into it. So I decided to grab that Duffalo bar so I could get a little bit of a camber going the other way. And that actually worked out really, really well. The only thing that I will say about it, if you guys do have access and you do decide to try it, is you need to squeeze that thing like crazy because it wants to flip. See, that's like a little smile right now. It wants to be a frown the entire time. So you need to squeeze that thing to death. So it was a little bit of added work there. From there, I was doing close grip Swiss bar incline bench press to the arm over arm standing sled pull, and then toes to bar, just hanging from a rope to get some extra grip work in. So as you guys can see here, you're allowed to get, or you're able to get a little bit more range of motion because you can pull your elbows up higher just because of the camber and the bar. Now, as far as weights on the incline bench press there, I think my heaviest set was 225 for 1 or 2 rounds for 10, but most of them are around 185 to 205 for the most part. Just trying to get a pump, just trying to work things out, and just really trying to get as much blood into that shoulder as possible to try to heal any of that nerve damage or anything else that's going on from that surgery, because honestly, I am tired of dealing with it. So all this plus that bodybuilding stuff was this week's training, so thank you guys so much for joining me for it. And we're back. So guys, thank you very much for staying with me through this workout and this commentary. Other things coming up are that we will be doing the AMRAP for autism March 17th. after the Arnold. Of course, the NEVERsate class is coming up at the beginning of April. Guys, right now I'm trying to get on a lot of podcasts. Also looking still for some sort of audiovisual guy who's real into like making videos and editing and things like that. We need somebody to come to the gym and kind of follow us around. We wanted somebody to come with us to the Arnold. We were going to pay their way, do everything like that. However, no one got back to me. So yeah, so if you guys are a local person to Maryland and you're near the Westminster kind of area, guys, if you know someone, they do not need to be involved in lifting. They don't need to know any of that. All that we need them to be able to do is be not a weirdo and be able to record some cool stuff and edit some cool stuff. But yeah, on the lookout for someone like that. Guys, I just thank you so much for everything you're doing. Our lives are going so fast right now, and it's so cool. So many opportunities. And guys, if I can give you one piece of advice as you get older, you're only going to regret the things that you didn't say yes to, right? So as people come out with these opportunities saying, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that in the Arnold? Do you want to try this? I'm going to try to say yes as much as I can. And hopefully it leads to some pretty cool things. So hopefully I get to meet a bunch of you there. I will be seeing you guys plenty of times before I leave for the Arnold, but it is going to be a whirlwind. So I'm not sure exactly how much, but I do thank you guys for all the support. I really, really do. Couldn't do any of this without you guys, so I live my dream, and it's all thanks to you. So, guys, I will catch up with you later in the week, but until I do go out to something amazing, guys, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.